Hey, everybody, coming from our Facebook group, the Clear Impact Self-Care Community. Really appreciate you guys choosing to be here. And if you're coming from somewhere else, welcome. And I want to welcome you to the session where Carl and I are going to dive into stress-related jaw tension and how to release it. So let's get going.
Awesome.
Right
I
on.
like it when meetings get recorded. So why are we here today, Adam? What are we talking about?
Jaw tension.
Jaw tension, jaw clenching.
Yeah, awesome.
Something
Well, not awesome, but-
something I never think about, and you don't even notice it until sometimes you're told about it.
Yeah.
What's your experience with it?
Well, I think so many of us have the tendency of having that go lifestyle, and for me, it's definitely is an experience that I've felt in my jaw, especially sleep time, waking up in the morning, a lot of clicking, a lot of tension, and I've had mouth guards, which I'm sure many of you have had. I've gone through a few of these in my past. All right, and in a much better space with it now, but it took me a while to understand how to release that tension. What about for you?
Yeah, and jaw clenching, I mean, now that you brought it up, I have noticed it when I'm like, oh yeah, that is a little sore here. I think for me, it's from excessive chewing. Sometimes I chew gum a lot. But for me, my tension is here. It's sort of a squinting and my neck. And I know whenever I get tense and stressed, it's like, oh, I've got a kink in my neck and my shoulders are super tight. And it's like, I can't seem to feel any relief from it, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy you guys are here because that's what we're talking about, obviously, jaw tension. We got our notes on our side screen here, so we're going to make sure that we're rolling through with you guys to make sure that we're covering all the bases and giving you as much value as possible, because that's why you're here, and we want to honor you for choosing to be here. It says something about you, so way to go. Okay, well, let's dive in.
So specifically jaw tension and clenching our jaw. Why does that happen?
I think there's multiple reasons where for the most part, though, it's happening because we're lacking presence with so many parts of our body, but we hold so much tension in the jaw. So it really comes down to just not having the ability to notice when it's clenched to be able to release it.
So what's causing the clenching, though? I mean, what you're talking about, sort of stress, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things that could be there could be medical conditions that need professional support around. Absolutely, but there's lockjaw as an example, which is a bacterial infection. There's various forms of arthritis that many people suffer from. Like the teeth grinding that I mentioned for myself, and I know many of you have had that in the past, and excessive chewing.
Which I was talking about, right?
But I think the number one more than any is
stress.
Yeah.
And stress actually contributes. Stress causes inflammation, as we all know, which if you are suffering from lockjaw or arthritis, as I do with arthritis, the more stress you have, the more inflammation you have, the more acute your disease or your condition becomes. So stress really is a broad scale cause of it, but can be just directly the cause of it as well.
Yeah, and I think the jaw is an area that stress gets held. And I know many of you know this because you feel it. Now that you're paying more attention to it, and when we share with you what we're going to share with you on how to release it, you really grow this relationship of recognizing, wow, I was holding so much of my daily life stuff in my jaw. And then when you release it.
And again, translating it to other parts of your body. If you're feeling a lot of back pain or stuff that you may not even be noticing, like I never noticed my jaw. Oh yeah, my neck is stiff, that sort of stuff. And this is really a broad scale process for that. So how does it happen? Like I know you had mentioned before, you wake up with jaw tension.
Yeah.
Like it happens during your sleep. If you're carrying stress into your night and then rolling into your day, it's there when you wake up, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's a biological consequence that stress has, and obviously the jaw and the joints, the muscles, the tendons, the biological part of that has such a massive consequence when we're not being mindful of it. And so obviously we know there's a rise in inflammation, but there's also a circulation issue, oxygen flow. There's the muscles and tendons need that oxygen in order to be able to perform the way they want to perform. So it makes sense that the jaw is a place that just gets constricted when we're not able to allow the stress response to just calm itself down.
Right.
And it's such a rare thing for us to be able to hold space to occur. So you just get locked up.
Right.
You know, shoulders get tense, and especially when you're short, you're breathing really short, which I know many of you, you know that experience. I've known that experience where it's just constant shortness of breath,
And holding your breath.
just holding, and it just clenches you.
And when I was doing research on this, I noticed too, or I read in a couple of different places, the idea of holding in feelings, holding in emotions, and holding in stress. And then because of that whole feeling of holding in, I mean, just think of the definition of holding in.
Yeah.
It's a stressful, clenching feeling, right? And so that is contributing as well. And when you're feeling, completely stressed out over certain things, oftentimes you're not expressing it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a great point, Carl, because I think yourself, if you're stuck on past experiences in your life that have some sort of an emotional trigger for you, or you're stuck trying to fix things in your life and wanting them to be a little different, whether it's relationships, career, finances, health, those are kind of the dominant ones, you're going to notice that you're stuck, you're clenched, because it just holds this stressed energy inside that.
Yeah.
This is the place where it gets stored a lot.
So let's talk briefly. Well, actually, I want to point out, Adam isn't actually this much taller than me, but I have a crown. I don't know if you noticed that. Just a detail for the video. So what are some of the ways that we can deal with jaw clenching? Well, some of the ways, certainly through the research, before we get to our suggestion, express yourself, verbally, physically, get your stuff out. And if that means screaming and yelling, in the basement by yourself, if it means hitting a punching bag, if it means going for a run, going for a hike, getting out of nature, doing some grounding, some way get those emotions and feelings out, is a great way to help let shit go, right? So that's a good one.
There's so many. I mean, as far as the expressing piece, outside of it having to be a physical expression,
right?
You could think in terms also of art, whether it's music,
right. Creativity, writing it down.
Totally. Any way that just gets you to release and connect to your own inner vibration of abundance and flow is what you're trying to get to.
Yeah. There's jaw stretches. You can do different stuff. Smile. Smile is a great stretch, as I'm sure you've read stuff before. Smiling takes 17 muscles. Frowning takes 4, whatever. So smile.
No, not whatever. That's pretty powerful.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
So wait. So 17 muscles on the smile.
Yeah, I made up the other one on the frown. I don't know how many it is, but it's less. It's less. Massage. There's certainly the benefit of just getting the blood flowing, right, and getting the oxygen going. But what's our number one? What do we think is the best way to notice and to relieve our jaw clenching and jaw?
Yeah, and I think most of you, that are watching this know that we're all about nervous system optimization.
Yeah.
That's the core, to being able to optimize your own internal vibration of abundance. It's all about nervous system optimization. And that is the portal into releasing any internal stress response, stress patterns, stuck energy.
Yeah.
And so you already know, I think a lot of you know that for us, the number one is HeartFlow breathing.
Yeah.
That's really the core training tool to be able to optimize your nervous system function. 33-second breath technique. So that's really what we want to share with you guys here, is as the core element for being able to release whatever's stuck in the jaw is utilizing HeartFlow breathing in a very unique way related to jaw tension release.
Right. So let's do that together, right? Let's do it right now as a group.
Yeah.
But so the first step would be just check in with yourself right now. Do you have tension in your face and your jaw right now? Are you feeling, oh, okay, yeah, there's some tightness here, or my jaw's been clicking or whatever. So just notice, right?
Yeah. And then the next piece is you really want to set an intention. This is important, and it's not something we tend to do in relation to a lot of the actions we take around getting ourselves back into shape in some way, shape or form. And we tend to start to fixate on a desired result that's in the future. The key here is you need to be able to bring in an energy of how you want to feel right now.
Yeah.
And that works even with jaw tension. You have to be connected to the fact that you're not trying to fix this. You're not trying to find a solution for it. You're trying to breathe in the feeling, the vibration of how you want it to feel in this moment right now, as if it is your reality right now. And that's how you're going to create it as your result right now. So you want to spend, even if it's just a minute, sitting down, connecting to the feeling of how you want it to feel in this moment right now, your jaw. Okay? So that's step one. Now, once you've got that, that then leads into the practice of HeartFlow, the 33-second breath technique, to then use that vibration of how that intention makes you feel inside of that breath work to be able to really connect to it and release it.
So as Adam's saying, when you're doing the breath work, when you're on that, you know how the out breath, the exhale is like, oh, it's such a letting go feeling. Through that letting go feeling, connect to that feeling of that what you want your face to feel like, what you want your jaw to feel like, what you want your stress level to be. Just connect to that happy place. And we're going to do it right now.
Yeah.
So set an intention, everybody.
Yeah.
Just take 10, 15 seconds here. Just,
yeah.
How do you choose to feel? How do you choose to be?
I love putting my hand on my heart for that process.
Yeah. Okay. And now we're going to breathe. Okay. So it's 4 seconds in, 7 seconds out, as most of you know. Nice and even. Breathing through the nose helps with that consistency, but you don't have to. You can breathe through the mouth. Yeah. So I'm gonna count it up. Is that cool?
Yeah, but I'm gonna below you'll see the steps. So if you want to, you can pause the video. You can download the steps.
Yeah.
You can also take 15 minutes or 5 minutes, however much you need to get clear on how you want this to feel in this moment. Write it down. Have it really clear in your vibration of how that is for you, and then come back to this video and we're gonna walk through those 5 steps. Okay.
Okay.
So now we're gonna walk through the 5 steps. Now we're gonna breathe.
Okay. So we set the intention. I'm gonna close your eyes, hand on your heart, and just follow along with my voice as I count through the seconds. I won't be really doing the practice because I'll be talking.
Yeah. Now, what I do for jaw tension release, just so that's clear, on the step where it says put your hand on your heart, I actually put my hands on my jaw.
Nice.
So I'm really feeling into the spaces of my jaw as I'm doing the breath. I'm not just fixated. This is me. You'll find your own. But I'm actually really connecting to release. So I love to move my hands right along the jaw crease here and just kind of let it flow out.
Yeah. Can I share another idea around that too?
Yeah, for sure.
When you're doing the breathing, breathe in. You're breathing in this beautiful energy from the prana, from the air. Visualize the breath going into your jaw. Visualize the breath going to where it is needed, where that love is needed. And then on the exhale, you can visualize all the tension coming out.
Yeah.
You know, it's a beautiful feeling and connection of visualizing that space.
Love it. Love it.
Okay.
And I'm going to add one more.
Okay. I've been ready to count like 4 times. I'm like, what?
Sometimes I like to use color. So I will actually bring in for me, it's a baby blue, almost like sky blue color that I'll bring when I'm doing my hands. I'll just flush that color through my third eye here and let it just flow down. Okay, right. So just adding that one in there too. Okay, awesome. Now we're gonna dive in. So I'm gonna actually do the breath work while you're counting through. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. And I'm actually gonna use my little stopwatch here, so my seconds are gonna be really accurate, just for fun, right?
All right, and I'm excited to do it because it feels so good every time I do it. Okay. And I love to do this. Just adding one more on, I love to do it grounded. So being barefoot on the ground. It's just such an amazing thing that you experience.
All right, are you ready?
Ready.
3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and in. 1, 2, 3, 4, out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, in. 1, 2, 3, 4, out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 33 seconds.
Feels so good.
That's a practice. That's great. That's great. That is a practice that you can do anytime, any place. And if someone ever tells you, I didn't have time, it's 33 seconds.
And this is what's going to tell you didn't have time.
Right. Right. So now how do you feel? If you checked in before and said, I feel like this, having done the breath work, just check in with yourself and how do I feel? Yeah. Is there any greater calmness? Is there any greater relaxation and softness in the jaw? And, you know, doing this for 33 seconds is our practice of managing stress in the moment. But there's great value if you're really tensed up. I love to do this when I have a nap or when I go to sleep. And I'll do HeartFlow for 3-5 minutes. And it used to be I was doing it because I needed to practice doing it. It's gone to the point now where I do it because I just love the feeling of just playing with my breath and just feeling it come in and out. And it's just a beautiful, calm, relaxing feeling. And the more you practice, because this is about practice, the more you'll get connected to that.
Awesome. Yeah. And for me, just this one right now, and it not that it's always different, but I noticed on the third breath was when the third eye kind of opened up and I could really use color. So as you practice, like we're talking about, it's all about that consistency of doing this work. Your nervous system is going to start to live more in that parasympathetic state. The jaw starts to release more naturally just when you connect to it, and everything just flows different. And we are all about the internal vibration of love and self-support and care, so that you can exude that out so others can connect to that. And so if you're suffering right now with jaw tension, use this as a powerful tool to start to connect to releasing it. And at the same time, know that this is such a powerful act of self-care, self-love, that is going to lift you up and bring a really powerful energy as long as you are doing it consistently. Right.
So I would like to offer a challenge to each of you out there that are watching this video. 3 days. 3 days, pretty straightforward. For the next 3 days, I want you to set a reminder for yourself, whether it's an alarm on your phone, maybe it's a rubber band around your arm, something in your pocket, something written on your mirror, to check in with yourself 3 times a day for the next 3 days. And when you check in with yourself, I want you to notice how much tension am I holding? And if maybe for you, it's like, yeah, I related earlier to that neck idea. Well, if it's neck for you, wherever you're holding the tension, but this is about jaw clenching. So just notice, how's your jaw? Practice HeartFlow, 33 seconds, more if you choose, and then notice how you feel afterwards. So 3 days, 3 times a day, check in with yourself with some sort of reminder so you don't forget, because in this revved up world, I promise you, if you don't make a reminder, 50% of you at least will come back and go, oh, I totally forgot. I got busy and Bob's dog had a bad leg and I had to go help mom move some furniture to the attic. Life happens, right? Set a reminder 3 times a day for the next 3 days. When you're done, note down what showed up for you. What did it make you feel? Maybe a rainbow of colors like Adam came into your head and you got to enjoy, playing with the rainbow. I don't know. Whatever shows up for you. And I want you to go back on June 24th. We posted about this, who wanted this. Go back to the post in the Clear Impact Self-Care community on Facebook and just give us a comment. What showed up for you? What you experienced through trying this out? We'd really appreciate it. Love to have that conversation of what's showing up for people and just beyond our own experience, because that's how we share the love.
Awesome. Yeah. And I find that the easiest times, and you're going to find this too, the morning when you wake up is such a beautiful one time to set your jaw release, practice, and then at night, those two, especially if you are a clencher overnight and a grinder, it's a really powerful thing. It's what I've been using to help really eliminate having to use my guards at night too. So, and then you're just finding one more time during the day. Yeah. But like Carl said, your mind's going to battle you on this one a little bit. It's just a strange thing and how that works, right? So notice, calm it down, and hold yourself accountable. Really, you need to have some accountability around this kind of stuff. Even though it's 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes a day, you're going to have to hold some accountability on yourself on this one.
And we're talking about this a little bit next week in our live video on Monday, 9 o'clock. We always do a live. Don't beat yourself up if your monkey mind's loud and strong and powerful and pulling you away. Self-forgiveness is important. It's the normal human experience right now to be revved up and stressed up and have this thing be a powerful beast. So you're not different. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing broken about you. The monkey mind is there. It's always going to be there. We teach people certainly how to calm it down and how to compartmentalize it and make friends with it a lot more effectively, but don't beat yourself up.
Awesome. Okay, so guys, now you got it. You understand how to use this tool to help release that jaw tension. Go do it. Share with us on June 24th that the post. You'll see the picture here. I'm going to edit this video so that you can see it. And we'll see you inside the Clear Impact Self-Care group really soon. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you. See ya.